Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another live stream. Per usual, my stream is lagging, so I don't know if I am live, whether I am live or not. Can you guys see me or hear me? Dave Henderson, what's up, guys? Uli Chavez, there you go. Now I can see myself. See me or Loud-minded, what's up, bro? How are you? Did you get any puts today? Welcome back, guys. Please drop a comment down below. Let me know what stocks do you want me to go over. We have a lot to talk about today. What a day it was. We are going to go over COINBASE, the talk of the town today. And NVDA hit a fresh new all-time high. And now the question is, how high can the SPY go? I have a magic number up there in order to show the tape. I am going to be sharing that number with you guys. So please let me know what stocks do you want me to go over. It is very, but very hot here in North Carolina and Charlotte. 95 degrees, guys. So I'm a bit tired, at this time of the day. I already went live for my Patreon, for the people of my Patreon during 7 hours. So when I go live for you on Thursdays, I am like exhausted. So I am making over here an extra effort. And once I am done live streaming, I will probably go for a dip in the pool in order to cool off. It is very, but very hot over here in North Carolina. Okay, so what happened today, guys? Green day across the board. Russell 2000 goes up 0.91%. NASDAQ goes up 1.58%. Dow Jones goes up 0.14%. And the S&P 500 goes up 0.85%. Both the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ 100, or these three indices, hit today a fresh new 52-week high. Crude oil is going higher because the Dixie, the US dollar, is dropping like a rock. This is not good news for the bulls. Some sort of warning signal for the upcoming trading sessions. And if we take a look at the sectors of the markets, today we had the same three sectors that have been doing the heavy lifting year to date, once again doing the heavy lifting, guys. So communication services goes up 1.47%, technology goes up 1.30%, and consumer discretionary goes up 0.94%. By the way, I think, and don't quote me on this, go Charlotte, there you go, yes, I am over here. I think that the rebalancing of the NASDAQ 100 or the triple Qs kicks off tomorrow. I think that they are going to announce what the rebalancing is going to be looking like tomorrow, and it is going to be taking place until July 20-something or something like that. If any of you happens to have the exact date, please let me know. So pretty much every single sector closed today in the green, except for energy, which went down 0.38%. But we didn't see any rotation today because, as I just said, guys, these three sectors that have been doing the heavy lifting year to date are the ones that led the rally today. Let me pull up here the year to date chart and take a look, guys. So far in 2023, technology has gone up 42%. Yeah, 42%. Communication services has gone up 41%, and consumer discretionary has gone up 35%. So if any of you is sitting on gains on tickers such as NVDA, COINBASE, Microsoft, I don't know, you guys know the drill, Apple, and so forth, this is time to hit the register, guys, at least partially. It is time to secure some gains because these sectors have gone up a lot, and the upside potential for the remaining of the year is kind of limited. I'm not saying that they cannot keep going higher. Don't get me wrong, they can certainly keep going higher, but the upside potential is a bit limited. Today, one of you was asking me about COINBASE. Hey Alvaro, should I lock in the profit over here? I don't know exactly what position he had, but I guess that he was sitting on very nice gains. And I told him, yeah, bro, absolutely, go ahead. The stock of this company has gone up today something like, I don't know, like 15%. So if you guys are sitting on gains, you need to either set a trailing in order to close a position, or you can close that position partially and let the remaining of the position run to the upside if that were the case. And recently, let's say that we confirmed that the SPY, needless to say the NASDAQ 100, both are having trouble going higher without these three sectors leading the way. So during the, let's say, last trading session, or throughout this week, mostly throughout last week, we saw the industrial sector leading the way, and materials and energy and stuff like that, and the SPY couldn't burst above 446, 447, so the SPY was kind of stuck in a range. So if these three sectors don't do the heavy lifting, the SPY and the NASDAQ 100, obviously, or the triple Qs, are very likely to have trouble in order to keep going higher. So long story short, if you're sitting on nice gains, please try to hit the register, or at least try to close partially your winning positions. I wanted to show you something, guys, before going over the SPY. Let me pull up here my Discord channel. So you guys know that I am updating you guys throughout the trading sessions about the most important levels in the SPY. We have been doing a very good job, you guys and myself. So every single time, or every single morning, I should say, at around 8:30 a.m., 8:20 a.m., I am posting a pre-market commentary. In that pre-market commentary, so keep in mind, or keep close attention over this subject, guys, on this subject. I always tell you guys about a pivot. Every single morning, I am pointing out a pivot. Today, the pivot was 448.50. So I would like to go over what I told you guys throughout the trading session today, and we're going to see what actually happened. So take a look. At 9:40 a.m., I posted on my Discord channel, nothing to do here below 448.50. Patience is key. You see, I was pointing out this pivot, 448.50 in the SPY. Then at 9:57 a.m., you see, guys, they failed at 448.50 on their first attempt. This is a big level because it coincides with 4,500 in the SPX, the cash index, the S&P 500 itself, okay? There you go. Then the SPY retraced a bit, and I posted at 10:31 a.m., bulls have to recapture 448.15 in order to think about higher stuff. They managed to find support, and they bounced back up. Then I told you guys at 11:12 a.m., I haven't done anything yet, guys. Poor risk reward here to either the upside or the downside until someone, buyers or sellers, show strength in minor time frames. A drop down to 446.60 or 447 would make me think about buying the dip, or pay close attention here, guys, or bursting above 448.50 and close candles above it might have me give a thought to some call options. Now I have a fly in my studio. How about that? Sorry about that, guys. So now I have a fly flying around. No pun intended. Okay, 12:08 p.m. Okay, guys, so they burst above 448.50. Y'all know the deal. Now closing candles above it could open the door for more upside. And let's take a look at the SPY, guys. This red line that you guys can see over here is 448.50, $448.50 in the SPY. What defined today's trading session was the bulls consolidating, or being able to consolidate above 448.50. This was critical. I didn't take any trade today with the SPY. Actually, they traded a COINBASE. I will show you the profit in just a few seconds, but this was critical. And take a look. So the bulls were able to burst above 448.50, and then at 12:36 p.m., I told you, if they hold 448.50, there is room up to 449.35 and 449.50. Then I also told you, TNX and the Dixie, TNX is the 10-year Treasury yield. It is usually inversely correlated to tech stocks and higher multiple stocks and stuff like that. And the DIX is usually inversely correlated to the SPY. I told you guys, TNX and the DIX keep dropping and volume is low. So they could keep going, but I don't feel confident enough, I should have typed over there, to go on here. If I change my mind, I will let you know. Then, 2:49 p.m., you see guys, above 448.50, buyers were in control. This is extremely important, guys. Some people, some traders, and everyone has, let's say, their own trading style, try to guess supports. You guys can see like, hey, our Discord, like Tesla is dropping like a rock, and I think that it is very likely to find support at a certain level. Okay, an area of support is a support after the fact. This is very important, guys. That's why I am not a support buyer. I am a buyer of call options when I can tell that buyers are in control. I might leave some money on the table, but I work with the pivot. And I know that you guys love trading the SPY. Let's work with the pivot. In my opinion, you shouldn't be trying to guess supports. Wait for the buyers to gain control of the SPY, and then we can buy calls. So, circling back to this, at 2:49 p.m., I tell you, above 448.50 buyers were in control. We have to keep working with our pivots. Let's see if the bulls can push up to 449.50 and 450. That's exactly what happened, guys. So, taking out this pivot or bursting above 448.50 was absolutely critical. So from now on, and for those who pay attention to my Discord channel, pay close attention to the pivot. Below the pivot, say, for instance, that instead of bursting above 448.50, the bulls have failed once again at it, because they failed on multiple occasions, as you guys can see over here. Today, they failed pretty much at noon. And then finally at 1:50 p.m. they ended up jumping above this pivot. But say that we had noticed that the bulls were having trouble trying to burst above 448.50. That would have changed the tape. If we see the bulls failing at the pivot, or having trouble, as I just said, trying to take it out, then the situation changes. This would be a different kind of worms, because we could be thinking about puts. Why? Because the buyers are unable to recapture an important level, and that implies that sellers are gaining strength. Okay? So let's try to work with this system. I think that this system has worked for you guys pretty well, and you guys can count on me. I am going to be every single trading session, as I always tell you, calling balls and strikes. Like letting you guys know when, in my opinion, and I could be mistaken at times, obviously, because I am not a genius either, I will let you know when I believe that either buyers or sellers are in control of the tape. And this system has been working out so far. So, take a look. The proof is in the pudding. Take a look at what happened today. Once the bulls were able to recapture 448.50, we saw a push to the upside of almost 0.50%. And I know that you guys most of you trade 0 day to expiration options. This would have been a phenomenal trade to the upside. Okay, SPY, by the way, speaking of the devil, can the bulls keep going higher? I think that is very likely to be the case. I have a magic number over here, guys, in which I am going to be shorting the tape if the bulls can get up there as soon as possible. I don't like to guess stops. I don't like guessing bottoms either. As I just told you, I prefer to wait for the technical chart in order to show me who is in control of the tape. As I just said, either buyers or sellers. However, and this is a trade that I rarely ever take, if we happen to hit 452.50, let's just put it, let's say 452.50, 453, $453 in the SPY, let's say tomorrow, or on Monday, Tuesday, even by late next week. This is a previous area of support for the SPY back from November of 2022. I am going to be trying to short this tape. Not for a collapse, but I am expecting some sort of retracement. I am expecting sellers to outnumber buyers near 452 bucks with 50 cents or 453 cents ish. So that's an important area to the upside, according to my humble opinion. To the downside, let me show you here. Over here, I have the anchor volume weighted average price that comes from the beginning of this week. 444, guys. A retracement down to 444 would be a normal market behavior. There's nothing wrong with that. So if tomorrow we happen to see a retracement in the SPY or on Monday, whatever, before hitting 452, I might be an enthusiastic buyer of SPY call options at around 444. When it comes to the short term, when it comes to tomorrow's trading session, let's wait let's see what the price action says tomorrow, and I am going to be pointing out the areas of interest, the main areas of interest in the SPY in my Discord channel tomorrow before the trading session opens. So there you go. We went over the SPY. Please let me know what stocks do you guys want me to go over. Let's take a look at Coinbase. Who took a trade with Coinbase today? Come on, tell the truth. First of all, guys, this is the talk of the town today. This was insane, guys. So Coinbase went up today 24%. It went up 21 bucks. It closed the trading session at 107 bucks. We are obviously, but very obviously, seeing over here a gamma squeeze, okay? I wouldn't buy options over here. Take a look at the implied volatility, guys, 183%. If you guys are buying options, are buying either calls or puts over here, you need a monster move to either the upside or the downside in order to make money. So I did take a day trade today on Coinbase, but take a look at what I did. Yeah, I mean, I have the necessary buying power. That is in your case. That isn't you guys. This isn't the case of most of you guys, I guess. But I couldn't buy calls, guys. I rarely ever buy calls when the implied volatility is above 70%. That implies that we are paying a very high price for any call option or any put option. So I bought 100 shares at, get these, guys, $89.99. I was waiting for Coinbase to break out. It did break out, and I left, obviously, a fortune on the table. It is what it is. This was a very quick trade, and I ended up making over here 211 bucks. So, nothing crazy. But, profit is profit. So at least I could take some advantage of the monster move that we saw today in the case of Coinbase. The stock is very overextended. Let me take a look at the market structure of Coinbase. Take a look, guys. Remember, this is a tool that I use always in order to figure out who is in control of any technical chart from a demand and supply standpoint. So what you guys can see on top is the demand. On the bottom, this is the supply. So demand buyers, supply sellers. Take a look at the demand of Coinbase, guys. Unbelievable, through the roof. So the stock of this company is under the absolute control of buyers. However, take a look at the supply. It is starting to rise. And if you guys can notice this line over here, this kind of dotted line here, this is the average supply. So yes, obviously we have a way higher demand relative to the supply, but the supply is starting to rise. And that makes me believe that sellers are eventually going to step in over here. I wouldn't chase Coinbase at these levels, and I would wait for a retracement. And you're going to say, well, Albert, how is that going to happen? It could happen because the push to the upside that we saw today was absolutely insane. I would wait for a retracement down to $92, which is an area of resistance in which Coinbase failed yesterday. No, they failed at 92 bucks on Tuesday. Any retracement down to 92 bucks, I might be. If I can confirm that Coinbase is finding support over here after the fact, so Coinbase holds 92 bucks, bounces back up, I could be entering at 93, 94 bucks because I only take trades, or I try to take trades when I can tell that buyers are in control. So this would be the area in which I would be a buyer of Coinbase shares. And if any of you is holding call options of Coinbase. I think that the next gap to the upside would be 118 bucks. This is a previous resistance for Coinbase back from August of last year. Can Coinbase keep going? What is it doing after hours? Yeah, I mean, it is, wow, sellers haven't showed up quite yet. So this would be the next gap. I am not dashing Coinbase over here, guys, by any stretch of the imagination. 117, 118 bucks would be a potential area for a retracement of Coinbase if this rally keeps going. But again, I would only touch Coinbase in case of a retracement down to 92 bucks approximately. It's very overextended, guys. Take a look. Coinbase as of now, guys, is, let me see, 75% above its 100-day moving average. And it is also, let me see, how much? 87% above its 200-day moving average. Very, very, very extended, guys, so be careful here. Fourth, please, absolutely, NVDA. Let me go ahead and take a look at NVDA. Brand new all-time high, baby, for NVDA. This stock is very overextended. How high can NVIDIA go over here, guys? It just hit a fresh new all-time high. So NVIDIA is as of now in no man's land. So can we make the case that the 500 bucks are acting like a magnet? That could be the case. I am not going to be, participating in a potential trade of NVIDIA thinking about the 500 buck gap getting filled. So I wouldn't do that. I would buy a retracement maybe down to 441. This is a previous resistance and a previous all-time high for NVIDIA. This is a previous area of resistance at which NVIDIA failed on 3 occasions. We have, once again, a semi-ascending 5-day moving average. So I wouldn't chase it here. Maybe a retracement down to 441. Yeah, this is a previous resistance that could be potentially acting as a new support, and then NVIDIA could be bouncing back up. Very overextended, guys. The RSI is sitting at 83 points on the 4-hour chart. Let me take a look at the RSI. On the 1-year chart, 73. It isn't that elevated. And let me take a look at the market structure, guys. Let me see, NVIDIA. So buyers and sellers. So what is demand and supply looking like? Let's see. And yeah, this is something positive for NVIDIA. Remember, on top of the chart we have the demand or buyers, and on the bottom we have the supply or sellers. So the supply is decreasing and below average, and the demand is rising. So watch out for NVIDIA, guys. Maybe the 500 buck gap, or let's say potential gap, could be getting filled if the Nasdaq 100 keeps going higher. Could be that could very well be the case. I wouldn't chase it here. I would wait for a retracement down to 441 approximately. Nikola Motors. Wow, the new bull market, guys. And Nikola is back. Let me see Ford. Absolutely. Let me take a look at Ford Motors. By the way, guys, tomorrow the new earnings season is kicking off. We have the big banks posting earnings. We have JP Morgan. We have Wells Fargo, Citi. So the trades are going to present themselves fast and furious. We are going to have a lot of fun during the new earnings season. Let me take a sip of, is this Sprite over here? Hold. So Ford goes down 0.20% today. It closed the trading session at $15.19. Wow, what do you know? An uptrend. So car sales are very strong recently, right? According to General Motors and Tesla and even Ford. So that's a positive catalyst for the stock of this company. We have a rising 5-day moving average. We can make the case that Ford is a bit far away from Homebase. You guys know that when I talk about Homebase, I talk about the 200-day moving average and the 100-day moving average. A bit overextended. A bull would argue, obviously, that Ford is starting to work on some sort of bullish flag pattern over here. So we would have, let me see, So the lower line of the bull flag, a non-academic bull flag, would be $14.80. And the upper line, let me see, would be at around $15.38. This chart looks bullish, guys. This looks bullish. So let me pull up here a 1-year chart. So if this bull flag happens to be completed or happens to unfold, we have a next gap, let me see over here, up to almost $16.50, guys. So $16.50, let me draw a line over here, is a previous resistance and a former, I think that not an all-time high. This got to be a former 52-week high for Ford. Back from August of 2022, this chart looks bullish. But very bullish. So watch out for Ford bursting above $15.40, because if that is the case, and most importantly, if the buyers can consolidate above the upper line of this non-academic bull flag, so above $15.40, that could be a sign that they are gathering momentum in order to fill this gap up to $16.50. From $15.55 up to $16.60, this would be a 6% profit trade. Nothing to sneeze at all. Let me pull up once again here the 4-hour chart. So yeah, watch out for the unfolding of this potential bullish flag pattern. It would be invalidated if Ford happens to break to the downside the lower line of this, once again, non-academic bull flag. So let's say if Ford happens to fall below $14.80-ish. Let me take a look at the market structure of Ford Motors. Let me see, Ford Motor Company. So what is demand and supply looking like? The demand is starting to decrease, but the supply is also decreasing and below the demand. So we can make the case that buyers are still in control of the technical chart from a demand and supply standpoint. So watch out for Ford consolidating above $15.40 if it happens to be able to burst above that level. Now we have over here Micron. Let me take a look at Micron. There you go. I'm surprised that none of you have asked about Tesla. I guess the Tesla is no longer trending because we have COINBASE and NVDA. Okay, Micron goes up today 1.16%, and it closed the trading session at $64.53. So what an ugly drop of Micron from $75. It also dropped like a rock after having posted earnings back in late June. So buyers stepped in near $60. They recaptured the 100-day moving average, which happens to be upward sloping. And we can also see over here a semi-ascending 5-day moving average. So buyers have been recapturing control of the technical chart. And we have an important spot over here. Yeah, $64.70, guys. Big level of resistance for Micron. So at $64.70, Micron already felt on multiple occasions between March and April. This is also a previous resistance back from late January, and this is also a previous resistance back from late November of last year. Very important level. If Micron can take out, or if the bulls of Micron can burst above $65, we have a potential or another potential gap to the upside, but a potential gap to the upside up to $68.50, which happens to be a previous resistance back from May 19. If we were able to take this trade, guys, let's say that the bulls can burst above $65-ish, so the previous area of resistance that I just told you about, and if they can close candles and consolidate above that level, say that we open a position on Micron at around $65 up to $68-ish, the other previous area of resistance that I just told you about, this would be a 4% profit trade. Let me take a look at the market structure of Micron. Let me see, so supply and demand. Let me see. And I would also like to check on the anchored volume weighted average price that comes from their last earnings report, and take a look at the demand and the supply, guys. The demand is decreasing and way below the supply. So we have sellers still in control of Micron from a demand and supply standpoint. So be careful here, guys. Micron could be, in my opinion, not being able to burst above 65 bucks, which could maybe open an opportunity for a short trade from 65 bucks down to the 100-day moving average, 62 bucks. Yeah, this would be how much? A 4.60% profit trade. Now let me take a look at the anchor. I'm curious here, guys. So let me take a look at the anchored volume weighted average price of Micron that comes from the last earnings report. Let me pull up here a 4-hour chart. Let me see. There you go. So Micron, what is the last earnings report at? It is, let me see. There you go. Here, recently. There you go. Here. So if I display an anchored volume weighted average price, take a look. This is a good sign. This is the AV web, guys, gives us a different perspective. So Micron is consolidating above the AV web that comes from its last earnings report at around $63.30. So this could be a potential area of support in case of a further retracement from which the bulls could be gathering momentum in order to try to burst above this very important resistance near $65-ish. Can you take a look at Meta, Rayo, TLT, and SOFA? Yeah, there you go. Do you have any other request? Now, thank you very much, T. Cruz, for your requests. Let me take a look at Nicola. I am here to help, guys. And I'm glad that I can go live for you once a week. I wish I could go live, that I could live stream for you more often, but you know, guys, it's a tough one because I am live streaming every single day, something like 6 or 7 hours. Nicola, $2.22. Okay, let me ask you something, bro. Do you have a position over here? Because if you happen to have a position, I can kind of give you my opinion. If you don't have any position, I would advise you to stay away from this ticker. I don't trade penny stocks. Some people do it, you know, that Alpha Trader, which is my buddy, very good trader, he does it, and he does it pretty well, but this is not my specialty. So if you're thinking about taking a trade with a penny stock, you should ask Alpha rather than me, because I don't trade these stocks. I don't like trading stocks with low volume, that trade on low volume. So I don't have anything constructive to say over here. This is a major downtrend. We have a downward sloping 200-day moving average, downward sloping 100-day moving average. Yeah, we can make the case that the bulls today made a higher high. They put on a higher high over here. They were able to take out the downward sloping 100-day moving average, downward sloping 200-day moving average. So they are making progress, but I don't trade these kind of penny stocks. So if you don't have any position here, I am going to tell you to stay away from Nicola. Did you go over Rivian? No, I haven't. I can go over Rivian. Not a problem. Sure. Okay, let me take a look at Marathon Digital. Yeah, I did it. You need to rewind the stream, and I did a very, let's say, deep. I made a very deep analysis of the SPY. Yep. Marathon Digital goes up today 4.47%. By the way, guys, most of the crypto-related stocks have been going on a tear. Supposedly, we have had a bunch of good news. So BlackRock wants the Securities and Exchange Commission to approve them a brand new Bitcoin ETF. And we're talking about BlackRock. So the SEC turned it down initially, but there are rumors that the ETF is going to be approved at the end of the day. That is going to be very good news for Bitcoin. I think that Fidelity is also working on a Bitcoin ETF. And today someone told me that Ripple or XRP won the lawsuit with the related with the Securities and Exchange Commission. Don't quote me on that. I am not really sure about it. So we have had a bunch of very good news when it comes to the crypto space. I am an investor in Bitcoin and Ethereum, so that's good news for me. I'm happy about it. And take a look, guys. Bitcoin is breaking out. It is above $30,000. It is up today 3.92%. And let me take a look at Marathon Digital. So take a look, guys. Again, a bit extended. So Meta has gone up in a matter of a few weeks, guys, 120%. You gotta be careful here. If you want to trade this ticker, you need to apply a very tight stop. Watch out for a retracement, a potential retracement down to $18.30. This is a previous resistance back from 2 days ago that could be acting as a new support. This would be a potential trade. If this support of $18.30 happens to be broken to the downside, then we could also be finding support near $16. $16 is a previous resistance back from early July. So also from a few days ago. These are two potential areas in order to buy the dip. I wouldn't chase it over here. However, what happens if we see tomorrow another gamma squeeze like the one that we saw today on Coinbase? What could be the next destination for the bulls of Meta, guys? Well, we have a former support. Let me draw a line over here. We have a former support back from March of 2021 and a former resistance, by the way, back from January of 2021 near $25. That could be acting like a magnet if we happen to see this gamma squeeze keep going. In the case of Marathon Digital, we have an upward sloping 100-day moving average. The 200-day moving average happens to be flat. It is no longer downward sloping. We can clearly see over here this white line that you see on my chart. This is a 5-day moving average. It is clearly rising. I use the 5-day moving average, guys, in order to determine who is in control of minor time frames. So buyers are, no doubt about it, in total control of Meta. And now the big question is, can Meta fill that gap that I just told you about up to, no, I need a 3-year chart, let me see, up to $25 right away without taking a rest first? And if so, if it happens to take a rest, then can $18.30 provide support? And also $16? Well, we'll see what happens over there. Let me take a look at the market structure of Meta. No, I don't have this stock available, guys. Yeah, market structure edge, I don't know why, doesn't provide the market structure of Marathon Digital. Absolutely. Can you cover Square? Yeah, sure. This is another stock that has risen from the dead. There you go. Square went up today 6.99%, and it closed the trading session at $76.20. Well, the buyers have made a lot of progress over here, guys. We can see an upward sloping 5-day moving average. However, the 100-day moving average, or this blue line that you guys can see over here, is downward sloping. That is not a good sign, technical wise. And also the 200-day moving average is downward sloping. Ideally, guys, for a downtrend, in order to be reversed, we need a higher high, but we also need these two moving averages to be upward sloping. So that isn't the case of Square. So as I just said, the bulls have been making a lot of progress over here, but we still need to see these two moving averages starting to go higher. So RSI at 77 points on the 4-hour chart. Yeah, I mean, Square has been going on a tear. In a few days, it has gone up 24%. It can keep going. It can keep going. Why not? So what would be the next? I mean, Square went up today 6.99%, and it closed the trading session at $76. If I draw a line over here, take a look, guys. What a coincidence. So the bulls failed today right at $76.50. This is a previous resistance back from January of this year, and this is also a previous resistance back from mid-November of last year. So this is an easy one, guys. If tomorrow the bulls can open the trading session, or let's say that at some point throughout the trading session, the bulls can recapture or burst above 76 bucks, and if they can close candles above it, we have two potential gaps to the upside. 78 bucks, this is a previous resistance back from mid-March of this year, and then we have another gap to the upside up to 80 bucks, previous resistance back from mid-February of this year. However, on the flip side, what about a retracement, a healthy retracement down to this upward sloping 5-day moving average down to 70 bucks? This could be very healthy. This would be, sorry guys, very healthy. This, I think, in my opinion, and in regular market conditions, this could be a potential buy the dip opportunity, 70 bucks. Or if we happen to start a trade on Square from at around 70 bucks, and if a Square happens to bounce back up, this would be a 7.44% profit trade, nothing to sneeze at. Let me take a look at the demand and the supply of good old Square. So what is going on over here with buyers and sellers? Let me take a sip of Sprite and take a look, guys. We can confirm from a demand and supply standpoint that buyers are in control, because you guys can see the demand upward sloping, or the demand rising and way above the supply. However, the supply is also rising a little bit below the level of the demand, and the supply is above average. So I'm thinking that Square might be retracing from this point, $76.50. So I would be a buyer probably near this 5-day moving average at around $71, $70.90 ish. Thanks for reviewing Meta. No problem at all. Let me go over to SoFi. I have another request over there. So SoFi Technologies. Let me see. I didn't take a look at SoFi. Not even today, guys. Throughout the week, I haven't had this stock on my watch list. So SoFi went down today, 0.43%, and it closed the trading session at $9.16. So let me see. Let me draw a line over here. What do we find? We find an uptrend, guys. So an upward sloping 100 DMA or 100-day moving average. We can also see that the 200-day moving average is starting to move higher. We can also see the 5-day moving average upward sloping once again. So watch out once again, guys, and this is a stock that we went over last week. Watch out for $8.86, $8.90. This is an important spot. Previous resistance back from late June. If the bulls can consolidate above $8.90 or $9, this could be a sign that they are gathering momentum in order to fill two gaps. The first one, $9.50, and the second one up to $10.14. I am going to re-add SoFi to my watch list from $9-ish, guys, up to $9.30. This would be a 6% profit trade, and up to $10.17. This would be a 15% profit trade. Very good technical short, guys. So we saw over here a lower high, another lower high, which is not a very good sign from a technical standpoint, but we have an upward sloping 5-day moving average, and who knows if the bulls can, let's see if they can actually fill this gap up to $10.25. This is a constructive chart. Let me reconcile it with the market structure, guys. So buyers and sellers, SoFi Technologies, let me see. So let me double check over here. We are 43 minutes in. There you go. Take a look, guys. The market structure doesn't look appealing at all. We have a fall in demand, and the supply is rising and above average. Not a good sign. Not a good sign at all. So you have to be careful here with SoFi, because we have evidence, clear evidence, that sellers have been recapturing, or let's say regaining control of the stock of this company. So we have to be careful and make sure that this support of $8.90-ish keeps acting as such. And if this support happens to be broken to the downside, then maybe SoFi could be paying a visit down to $8.30. Previous support back from late June. So yeah, I don't like the market structure. I would be very careful here. Yeah, because the demand is falling and the supply is rising and above average. I am going to be keeping a close watch on SoFi, but we have to be careful. The demand and the supply doesn't look that appealing. There you go. Okay, guys. We are. Let me see. There you go. 45 minutes in. I don't want to have the stream to be too long because I am going to be releasing this stream openly on my YouTube channel. And if the stream goes past 50 minutes or 1 hour, so then no one watches it. So let's wrap it up. Thank you very much for joining me once again. Remember, try to keep a close watch on my updates in my channel throughout the training session. We have been doing a very good job over there, you guys and me. And let's keep it up. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Are we going to? Is the SPY going to hit 452.50? And if that were the case, I am going to be shorting the SPY with both hands if it happens sooner rather than later, because time is more important than price in this business. Okay, guys, thank you very much. If you don't mind, once the stream is over, please go to my YouTube channel and drop a comment, because the comments that I am seeing over here and that you guys are dropping are comments of the live chat, but those comments doesn't transcend to the YouTube video itself that I am going to be posting on my YouTube channel. So if you don't mind doing me a favor, please go ahead and to the video itself and drop a comment and hit the like button and all that stuff. So thank you very much for joining me once again today, and see you guys on Discord. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Take care. Okay, bye-bye. Take care. Thanks for coming over.